VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, welcome back, Vigilante Nation. This is the Vigilante Racing Network, coming to you live from virtual Sparta, Kentucky, for tonight's round 6 of the Vigilante Vanquish Series at Kentucky Speedway. My name is Alan Vaught, and I'll be bringing you all of the racing action here tonight, and we're going to get you started with some session details. All right, folks, 133 laps here at the mile-and-a-half track. That's 200 miles, virtual miles that we're going to run tonight. The drivers only have 65% fuel capacity. They do have an additional 4 sets of tires across the wall. This series also has 1 fast repair, so if they find themselves in some trouble, as far as damage is concerned, they have 1 mulligan to get their truck repaired. The incident limit is set to 25 and 6, and as always, iRacing controls the cautions, the lucky dog, and the wave rounds. So it's round 6 of this 13-week series. So we're getting around right there at halfway, and it's still tight at the top of the leaderboard. You got number 1 of Chris Gomes currently leading the pack at 146. The number 6 of Trevor Robertson at 143 points. The 81 of Jonathan Osborne in at 3rd place of 131 points. The 13 of Andy Player in 4th at 127. And last season's champion, the 51 of Dylan Bryant, rounding out your top 5 with 124 points. Incredibly close battle, folks. This is a points-only fall season. There's no reset or anything like that. In fact, this series always has points only, so there's no opportunity for you to just have a reset and maybe close the gap to your competitors. So the field is into qualifying right now. Let's see if we can get somebody up on the screen for you. They're just now transitioning over. And while they're doing that, let's get you some atmospherics for tonight's race. All right, folks, it's pretty cool out there tonight. You got 67 degrees Fahrenheit is your ambient temperature. The track is not much warmer. It's only 69 degrees for the track temp. High humidity at 95%. And you have a pretty stiff wind at 15 miles per hour out of the southwest, and we're under partly cloudy skies. So very cool conditions out there, a bit humid, and surprisingly windy. Actually, the wind is picked up from 15. It's at 17 now, as you can see there on your screen. But they're actually wrapping up qualifying here. So we'll get your grid results. All right, folks, bringing it home for the top spot here to start the night is the number 51 machine, Dylan Bryant. 2nd place, Jonathan Osborne. 3rd, John Shane Buckler. 4th, Trevor Robertson. 5th, Mike Adamson. Mike Adamson. And then Andy Player in 6th position. 7th was James Lee. Tom Barris is in 8th. 9th place, Andrew Cawthon. 10th place, Scott Milner. 11th, Chris Gomes. And 12th, Kelly Kill. John Gallagher's 13th. Jesse Redding, 14th. Samuel Lang, 15th. Dylan Simmons in 16th. 17th is Craig Goodenough. Jacob Alicia in 18th. Dave Mayberry in 19th. Aaron Warren in 20th. Mike Everidge in 21st. 22nd is George Rincon. Luke Chadwick is in 23rd. And Dion Jones rounds out your 24 truck field for tonight's race. Hey folks, if you're out there, you want to support these drivers and this series along with the channel, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the racing action. We are live here every Wednesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, as we are right now as this race gets underway. Should be a great race here tonight, folks. Really close battles on a track that has multiple grooves. Although there is going to be a preferred groove as it goes through the night. It may transition between the bottom and the top because of dynamic track here in iRacing. We'll keep a note on the chat there. If you got any questions or comments, make sure you read them off as long as they're safe for work. I will read them on the air. And we got Lori out there right now saying hello to VRL Nation. Looks like Atlas Heart Texas 10 saying greetings. Hello, Atlas Heart Texas 10. Not sure who they're supporting out here, who they're rooting for. Let us know. Welcome aboard. We do have 3 onboard cameras here tonight, folks. I'm doing a double check here, see if I got any more. No, actually 4 now. And they are Andy Player, Kelly Kill, Dave Mayberry, and Jonathan Osmore. So we'll get a chance to check them out in their real life rigs throughout the night as we're going green here.
Green, green, green.
And there we go. Going off the flag man for this first start. We are underway, folks. 51 gets a great jump out there. Moves up to the top side. You got the 12 of Shanebacher on the bottom in that purple machine. Being pushed by Mike Adamson. Really clean start for the 51. A little bit scraping along the outside there. Probably going to see a little bit of that tonight. Really tight pack. I mentioned earlier, that 51 machine is currently riding in 5th position in the point standings, looking to make some ground up. Wanting to have want to go back-to-back as champion in this series. You do see the 28 truck and the 82 truck coming off of pit lane, and that was due to penalties. So let me go over that tonight. We did have a few. We had number 28 of George Rincon had a penalty. The 82, you saw both of them come off pit lane. Those were penalties from Michigan, and the rest of these are as well. The 23 of Aaron Warren, the 29 of Dave Mayberry, the 4 of Dion Jones, 11 of Mike Alfaro, and the number 31 of Jacob Alicia. All these drivers are starting from the rear due to penalty from last week, so they got their work cut out for them. Probably hoping for a couple of cautions, as already George Rincon and Mike Everidge are a lap down. George is the first truck a lap down, so he's in the lucky dog position at the moment in that 28 Goodweiser machine. Now, I have to do a double check. I don't recall that George had a drive-through penalty tonight. I thought it was just an EOL. His teammate did, of the 82 machine of Mike Everidge. Maybe he decided to stand in solidarity with his teammate and went in with him, but I'm not positive. I could be missing something on my notes here. But we get back up front here. Caution free so far. Don't want to jinx that, but we are going to run through the drivers here. Let you know where your favorite's running. So Dylan Bryant out of Stem, North Carolina, going away right now in that number 51 Superman machine. He hunted down at the moment, but I'm sure he likes what he sees behind him with Jonathan Osborne at 81 racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey, and the number 6 of Trevor Robertson out of McCrory, Arkansas. These guys are battling out for second. That is going to do nothing but help the 51 maybe scoot away just a bit, depending on how long they fight. And you see the 28 there. I mentioned he's a lap down. That's George Rincon, the 28, racing out of Cumming, Georgia. All right, Lori's in the chat telling me I did have my notes wrong. Rincon also had a drive-through penalty. So next in the line of position, we're going to go back here to the 88 machine of Mike Adamson out of the Phoenix Racing stable. He's up one position so far in fourth, and he races out of Sanford, Florida. Just behind him, the closer of John, excuse me, I'm trying to say John and Shane at the same time. John Steinbachler, racing out of Louisville, Kentucky. He is down 2 spots right now. Probably maybe he's trying to save his machine. You see a gaggle of trucks behind him there. That's getting really dicey, but he's currently running in 5th position. Next back, you have the 13 of Andy Player. Now, right next to him is Mike Everidge. Now, I mentioned he's a lap down, so he's not fighting for position right here. So we're looking at the 13 machine, Andy Player. He is one of our onboard machines tonight, racing out of Concord, New Hampshire. McConey setup machine. Back just a bit here. We go to number one of Chris Gomes, who's racing really hard there with the 31 of Jacob Alicia. Chris is racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Jacob Alicia's got some company to fight for this position as well with Craig Goodenough. Craig's up 9 spots, and so is Jacob Alicia. These guys battle it out side by side. Do not have an onboard with Goodenough tonight. Usually do have an onboard, not tonight though. And the 10th position, Andrew Cawthon. Down 1 spot right now, also out of the Phoenix Racing stable. Getting a lot of pressure from behind from Tom Barish and John Gallagher. John is in the 123. P3 O'Ryan machine, running in 11th. Tom's in that tow call 35 machine. Tow call being the primary sponsor of the Vanquish Series. Scott Miller out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. Scott is down 3 spots at the moment, running in 13th position. Next up, 70 machine right there. U.S. Navy Blue Angels. I really like that paint scheme. Keep it up, Sam. I like, bring more of that. Really looks good under the lights. Don't know where Mr. Lang races out of, but he's currently in the 15th position, right where he started battling at the moment with Luke Chadwick in that pink number 9 machine. Luke's up 8 spots from where he began the night. Just behind them, waiting to see how this battle turns out. You got the 721 of Jesse Redding. And then now we get to Tucson, Arizona's own Dave Mayberry in that number 29 machine. He's already up 2 spots here. He has an onboard camera as well. Looks like he has a list of drivers he's looking for with. Dylan Bryant already crossed off. And he has Aaron Jesse, and I can't tell who the last one is there necessarily. Dave's always messing around with these guys, trying to get in their heads a little bit, having a good time here tonight. Up 2 spots. Just behind him is his former teammate from Vigilante Force, Mr. Kelly Kill. Kelly racing out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. He's down 6 spots from where he began the night, which was 12th. See his onboard there, nice 3. Monitor set up with an info screen up top. Getting challenged right now from Aaron Warren. Kelly's running the Vigilante Racing Network machine, promoting this series and this station. So we appreciate that, Kelly. Aaron Warren's trying to get a pass for that position to take over 18th from Kelly Keel. Alabama Light Machine. And James Lee in 20th, fighting with Dion Jones in that 4. Dion's also out of the Phoenix Racing stable. James Lee races out of Villa Rica, Georgia. And he's down 14 spots. He had a pretty good run, started around 7th. Now in 21st. Don't know, maybe he got caught some damage off the wall. He's definitely going in the wrong direction. We got the 09 instead of the 9, but the 09 of Dylan Simmons. Dylan's down 6 spots, currently running in the 22nd position. And that is a run through your field, folks. You didn't miss anything up front. You got Dylan Bryant out to a nearly 0.9, right at 0.94. Not quite a second yet. As I say that, he does take over this 1 second mark in front of Robertson. Robertson's made his way up a couple of spots and sits in the second position now, trying to track down Mr. Bryant. I think this is kind of like rinse and repeat from either last week or the week before. We've seen these guys battle it out before. I want to say Phoenix maybe the last time. Well, they're pretty much glued together, and it was going to come down to who got on and off pit lane earliest, latest, and or fastest. So maybe that's what's going to happen here tonight. 18 laps into this event. 18 laps into a fuel run. They should be able to run around 29 laps. So another 10 laps or so. And we should see some green flag pit stops. Man, 51 is trying to use every inch of the track. You see parts coming off the right side of his machine almost every time he comes out of that corner. Not this one as much as 4. As I mentioned previously, this series is sponsored primarily by Tow Call. If you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you need a tow, a jump start, a lockout, or a tire change, make sure you get in touch with Tow Call at towcallroadside@gmail.com. That's all one word, towcallroadside@gmail.com. That is Albert Anderson's business. He's one of our premier drivers here. Not here tonight. He's a little under the weather. We're hoping he feels better. But we thank him for coming on board this season in both series as the primary sponsor. That's Tow Call, roadside@gmail.com. All right, let's see if we can find you a battle here, folks. Should be about 8 laps or so away from green flag pit stops. Here we go. This is tight between the 31 and the 10. The 10 gets in the wall a little bit. And the one's looking to clean up whatever mess happens in front of him. Or keep the door open on the bottom of the track that was laid open by the 31. Don't know if that's going to work out for him, though, as these tires are getting pretty old. Well, the battle with Mr. Mayberry trying to get around the 123 machine. John Gallagher. Diving in deep on that bottom side. He's going to get some help maybe from Scott Milner in the 19. He's going to follow him through. Then you get a 22 of Warren, perhaps in tow. Don't know if maybe the 123 used up his stuff a little bit early. But both of those trucks were able to get past him, as you're seeing the onboard camera for Dave Mayberry. Getting pretty dicey there, battling out back here, folks. 22 of Aaron Warren. Looking to stick his nose in there around the 19. 19 sporting the University of Indianapolis college colors there. like he's going to be able to get past him pretty handily. Let's go back. Tom Harris is now with the 123. Like I said, 123 seems to be struggling here right now. Down 3 spots only, though, from where he began the night, and in 13th. Now he's in 16th position. Perhaps going for the challenge here. Back up here a little ways. You got the pretty close battle here between Andy Player and John Shane Bachler in the 12 machine. $25 laps complete. Super clean so far. We get through a round of green flag pit stops. This may turn into a flag to flag event. 81 sliding back here too. Still running third. Looks like he's not going to be there for too much longer, though, with these 2 trucks seemingly faster at the moment. Jonathan might have been a little fast out of the box. Looked like he was going to hit the wall there, but may have burned up the tires just a little bit. On board right now with Jonathan, racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey, as I mentioned previously. Sliding just a little bit now, down 3 spots from where he started, running in 5th, and likely to get challenged here before the round of pit stop by the 88 machine of Mike Adamson. "27 laps in the books." I mentioned it was estimating around 29. We may see some of these guys go on pit lane. I'm going to keep a lookout for that. We'll go up here with your leader, who's now out to a 2.2 second advantage. Tremendous lead right now for Mr. Dylan Bryant. The rest of the field's going to have to do something different. They want to catch him and win this race tonight. Got a battle here between Mike Adamson, the 1 machine, and the 31. So it's Chris Gomes and Jacob Alicia. Alicia's trying to get around the outside of Jonathan Osborne to take over that 5th position. He's already up 12 spots, now 13 spots as he edges in front of the 81. The one's going to follow him around as well on the outside. Johnson's really on the struggle bus right now. 88's going to also take that high line. Got Jessenia Castro out there in the chat saying, hey, let's go 51. Well, I'll tell you, he's going right now, coming up on 2.6 second advantage.
Why don't we work together to try to get closer to the front?
We do have Scott Miller in pit lane. Also, John Gallagher. Let's see if it's going to pull everyone else in. At 30 laps, so a little bit further than I expected. See who's able to run the longest, and that'll be our new benchmark. Trevor Robertson's on pit lane now. He goes in at 31, coming to 32. He was running second at the time. Looking to do just maybe a little bit of an undercut to get in front of the 51 Man of Steel machine. Not appear to be going in this time either. Keeping his foot in it, folks. Just tipped over to start lap 31. Actually 32. He's on 32.
Hey, 12's pitting. 12 is pitting.
Just heard Shane Bachler's pitting.
31.
Alicia, and here comes your leader.
54 this time.
If he gets it down to pit lane speed, going to be crucial to be efficient on and off pit lane. Maximize your entry and exit. Lots of takers now. Shane Bachler, Alicia, Osborne, Lang, Lee, Bears, Jones, Simmons, Aaron Warren. All on pit lane now. Your new leader Andy Player.
Pitting 13.
13's coming in now, though. But he was able to go the furthest, coming to complete. He's on lap 33. You see 33 on your screen on the left-hand side. That's the lap that they're on. But they cross the line. It's not complete. So he will cross the start-finish line while he's on pit lane. So that's the new benchmark so far. 33 laps. Unless Dave Mayberry doesn't go in. He's right now coming around. Yep, he's still staying out there. And Craig good enough. Here comes the 89 and the 29. They're completing a lap 34 when they cross the line while they're on pit lane. Luke Chadwick's also in that 9 machine. Kenneth Warnock out there in the chat. Let's go 51. Oh yeah, they're saying let's have a clean pit, guys. So far, so good. You're getting what you want. Here comes your leader again. Dylan Bryant, the 51, going to reassume that lead, but look at the distance that the 6 was able to close by undercutting. Now, only problem is that the 6 will have 1 lap older tires.
Try not to break too much momentum there.
So Dylan has already got back around him, or was never past maybe, but 6 was able to close in.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far away with it.
Got to really take care of his stuff here and be smart if you can with those tires. 82 machine still not getting a break so far. It's Mike Everidge having served a penalty a drive-through penalty along with the 28 machine. The 2 Goodweisers really got behind the 8 ball here at the very beginning of the race and have not been fortunate enough for them at least to have a caution to be able to get a wave around. One of them for sure. They are the only 2 trucks at the moment a lap down. I'll take that back. Deion Jones is now a lap down as well, but he's behind both these guys. Back up front, the lead is only 0.72 Bryant over Robertson. They got Shane Buckler, who is 6.7 seconds back to 3rd position. Having a great run here tonight. Started 3rd, running 3rd. Closely pursued by Jacob Alicia and Jonathan Osborne. In fact, this is going to be a battle here in a moment. Jonathan back on fresher tires. Maybe he has a better gauge now of how much he needs to burn them through the run. Got Jacob Alicia, who's been pretty masterful about how he takes care of his tires. He's really strong towards the end of a run as he's getting around the 12 machine of Shane Bacher at the moment. All these trucks on equal tires, at least 3rd, 4th, 5th, are all on lap 32. Now they are 2 laps fresher to Trevor Robertson up there in 2nd position, so they may be able to track him down by the end of this run. Got Perk Leclerc out there saying home race for the Colonel John Shanebacher tonight. Oh, additionally, home cooking, family and friends in the stands and the student section yelling out 6-7. All right, I know there's some kind of thing going on with 6-7, but I heard something today about that. Not really tracking it though. Lori says hello to Perk Leclerc though. All right, folks. While we have this chance, we're going to have a quick rank it up segment. So if you want to hear what it sounds like inside of these virtual trucks, when these drivers have screaming down the ones and zeros here at Kentucky Speedway, turn up those speakers, those headphones, or your television volume, and I'll be right back. hope you enjoyed that rank it up segment. We'll get through the top positions here before we get ready for these green flag pit stops coming up. This is going pretty quick here tonight. 46 laps complete out of 133. The 18 of you out there watching, make sure you like, subscribe, folks. Support the drivers, support the channel. It helps out tremendously, and we do appreciate you being here tonight and enjoying your Friday night with us here at the Vigilante Racing Network. Right now, we're watching Mr. Kelly killing that 01 machine. We're going to jump back up to the front here. Dylan Bryant now out to 2.2 second lead. A little bit less than what he had in the first run. He was last on pit lane at lap 32, and I think we saw that these guys were able to go 33 coming to 34 laps. We'll call it about 34. So we should see him having to come to pit lane. Actually, we got a little ways to go, around lap 65, 66, along with some of these other ones. Right now, Mr. Dylan Bryant, top position with a 2.45 gap back to Trevor Robertson. You see the visual gap right there. Number 6 machine is in second place, up 2 spots where he began. Trevor Robertson of McCrory, Arkansas. That number 6 win, Dixie Ain't Dead Yet livery. Closely pursued there by Mike Average. Mike's actually 1 lap down, second truck a lap down, racing out of Melbourne, Kentucky, in the patriotic schemed number 82 machine. You got Kentucky strong, so this is definitely his backyard, being from this state. I don't know if this is probably one of his favorite tracks or not. I would imagine he might be a little partial to it, being from the great state of Kentucky. And we're going to jump on back up front. Jacob Alicia is your 3rd place machine. He's 7 seconds back of your leader overall, being really hotly contested there by John Shanebachler in the 12. Also a Kentucky native. Well, I'm not sure he's native, but he's racing out of Louisville, Kentucky. Most likely native of that state. Chris Goins is all over the back deck of that 12 machine. Chris out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Really, really good on the long runs. He's one of the long run specialists that we have in this series. Or maybe I should say something sorry to somebody. Sounds like Andrew Cawthon is who he was racing with there. Next back, we have the 13, Andy Player, with Jonathan Osborne close behind, and the 88 of Mike Adelson. These guys don't seem to be able to get away from each other here this evening. Andy races out of Concord, New Hampshire. Very focused at the moment, talking to somebody, other teammates. He's on that Apex team in that McConey setup shot, number 13. '81 of Jonathan Osborne. Down 5 spots from where he began. He started this race in 2nd. Really fast for qualifying. Seems to be losing the handle a bit in race pace. And then, additionally, he may have caught some damage in that first run. Seems to be sliding back just a bit here to Mike Adamson. He does have, Jonathan that is, 1 lap older tires than these guys who just got past him. So even 1 lap can make a difference here, folks. See Mike racing out of Sanford, Florida. Mike's down 2 spots, but going in the right direction, currently sitting in that 7th position. And we'll jump back to 9th of Craig Goodenough. Let me double check. I think Craig might have been one of the drivers. No, he did not have a penalty here tonight. Racing out of Helper, Utah. He's still up 8 positions from where he began the night. 17th. Closely pursued there by Jesse Redding. Racing out of Knoxville, Iowa. 721 is up 4 spots so far. Samuel Lang in that Navy Blue Angels machine. He is up 4 spots right now in the 11th position, but being challenged at the moment by Aaron Warren in the 22. Now, you have Dave Mayberry here. He's got about 3 lap fresher tires than some of these guys. We should see him be able to get past them pretty handily. He just went around Andrew Cawthon, and now he's making a play. And we'll get it from Aaron Warren and setting his sights on Samuel Lang.
No problem.
Dave sitting in 12th. Probably going to be pushing to get that 11th position here in a moment. Dave also races out of the Apex stable with the 13 of Andy Blair. He's not finding it as easy to get around the 70 so far as he was in passing the 10 and the 23. We're just going to hang here for a second and see how this works out. 58 laps into the event, 133 the total distance tonight. Burt Leclerc out there saying Lang's looking strong. He's definitely not going down without a fight. 29 is able to get up underneath him right now. Will most likely complete this pass as the 70's fighting back on the outside, though, keeping the momentum up on the high line. Will it be enough? And 29 is able to finally get by, but it was not without tremendous battle from the 70 of Lang. But that has allowed Lang to fall into the clutches of the 4 machine, but the 4 actually is a lap down to him, so it's not going to be for position if he was able to get past. Lang's going to fall in line here behind Mayberry, try to take advantage of that draft, and maybe they can go up here and make some hay with Craig Goodenough, Jesse Redding, and Jonathan Osborne. 60 laps complete so far. I mentioned I expect a green flag pit stops by your leaders probably coming in the next 6 laps or so. No caution so far here tonight in Kentucky, folks. You guys are keeping it clean and green. 51's out to a 6.5 second advantage over second place, which is now Jacob Alicia. 19 here of Scott Milner is fighting to stay 1 lap down. Yeah, he's on lap 58, completing 58 to or lap 59 rather, and all you hear the 51 machine of Dylan Bryant saving fuel when you heard that clutching going into the corner. Right on board with him for a lap. See how well he's doing. He's saving his tires by doing that. He's saving his fuel. He's got a 6-second advantage. He can afford to do this. Not being super hard on him, not really driving it too deep into the corner, grubbing off those tires. A little clutch there. It doesn't seem like much, folks, but if you string it together for multiple laps, it's going to make a difference in your fuel mileage. Now, he's super slow coming out of that corner. He's already dipped down below 6 seconds, but as I mentioned, when you get that kind of a buffer, you can have the luxury of saving. It's backing off a little bit in turns 1 and 2, not really clutching it there. Choosing to only do it in 3 and 4. See if he does it again. Sure does. So he's being consistent about it, so that way he can save fuel. Still maintaining his gap at about 5.8, which begs the question, is Alicia also saving fuel? Sounds like perhaps we didn't catch him in time as he went into 3, but we're going to ride a lap with him as well. Got Lori out there saying, don't jinx it. Talking to me. I'm talking about cautions.
All 9 this time by.
So you hear Alicia, he's still maintaining a 5.8 gap between him and Bryant. See if he clutches in here.
12 in the...
Don't know if he's clutching or not, but he is way out of the fuel. out of the gas. He's going in the pit lane right now.
Yep.
John Shanebachler is also right behind him.
This time.
Guys are kind of like right on time, a little earlier than I expected by a couple of laps. Not much. Samuel Lang, that Navy Blue Angels machine, Aaron Warren, James Lee, Tom Barish, Luke Chadwick, Dylan Simmons, all on pit lane. Dylan Bryant, your leader on pit lane. On lap 65, coming to complete rather, lap 66.
He's sitting in.
That gives the lead over to Chris Gomes.
7:21 this time.
And he's going to make his way down pit lane. Billy Kills also on pit lane in that VRN machine. Andy Player last on pit lane at lap 33. Mark, looking to see him. Yep, I just heard him, Roger, up on the radio. He's coming down pit lane right now.
10 this time.
Burke Leclerc out there calling for no mistakes. Important pit stops here. Yes, indeed, they are. One thing about this series, if you're not good in all aspects of your racing craft, that is fast out the gate for your qualifying, fast in race pace, and efficient on and off pit lane, without mistakes, I might add, it's really hard in this series to overcome mistakes. As you can see by the 82 and the 28, having to start this race under penalty, they have not been able to have an opportunity to overcome that. As Dave Mayberry is your current leader. Not like he's trying to direct traffic. I think he's coming in. He is indeed. Will he make it? He misses a commit call, but makes the... If that had been real world NASCAR, probably would not have he would have received a penalty for missing a commit cone, but they don't do that here in iRacing. You got Craig good enough in the 89 just behind him. Also out of the Apex stable. Current leader, Trevor Robertson. He was last on pit lane at 59. He went in 6 laps before Dylan Bryant. Dylan Bryant's at 1.8 disadvantage at the moment. You can see in the background only 2 trucks between him and the 6 machine, and they are Jacob Alicia and Jonathan Osborne. Actually, that's not the 2 trucks. These guys are going to be a lap trucks. So the 01 of Kelly Keel and Tom Bearston at 35. So while Trevor did get the advantage of getting the fresher tires and he put them to good use, able to get past the 51, will he be able to translate this into a winning move? That's going to be the question. So having hit pit lane at 59, should see him back on pit lane at around 93. Maybe stretch it out a bit longer than that, because he's going to be short about 5 laps to get to the finish if he has to go in at 93. These guys need to make it to around lap 99, 98, maybe 97, and they'll be able to make it to the end. Lori's out there saying she's proud of all of our guys tonight here. Our drivers are tremendous. Even when they make mistakes, they're pretty small in racing, though. They look big. But what we're saying is that our guys don't drive reckless. So sometimes it's racing incidents. You're racing super tight. You can have just a slight miscalculation, ends up in a big wreck because they're so close together. Let's do a little through the field here. We're looking at Dylan Bryant. Probably going to take over the lead here from Trevor Robertson, having so much fresher tires. Like I mentioned, 6 laps He's going to make this look like the 6 is standing still. Don't know if it's going to be a net gain overall for the 6. Only time will tell. Kind of what happens with the 51 machine. He gets out to a really good lead. And really, when we have these caution-free events, kind of puts a stranglehold on it. Gets out there a nice cushion of a lead. Stays out as long as his gas tank will allow him. And he even stretches that a bit with his techniques on saving fuel as well. And once he's out there like this, everybody else is kind of reactive to that. You got Trevor Robertson, for instance, reactive going in early, trying to do an overcut to get past him. But as long as it goes green, that doesn't really pay off because he catches you and it just pulls out to a greater lead. And it kind of compounds itself as the night goes along. Right there is your leader, Dylan Bryant out of Stem, North Carolina. Followed at a 1.15 second disadvantage at the moment, Trevor Robertson out of McCrory, Arkansas. Up 2 spots where he began. Robertson's probably going to have to contend with the likes of Jacob Alicia as well. Although he is over 4 seconds behind Robertson at the moment. He has a 5-lap advantage over Trevor. You got John Shanebachler in the 4th position. Down 1 spot from where he began the night. And Jonathan Osborne out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Jonathan started in 2nd. He's rebounded a bit. He was really sliding in the first 2 runs. Seems like he's got a better handle on the truck now. And his fuel and tire burn. Chris Goins is in pursuit of the 81. He's up 5 spots so far for the night in the 6th position. Racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Closely followed by the lap down machine of Mike Everidge out of Melbourne, Kentucky. Mentioned before, Mike and George Rincon really looking. They need probably a couple cautions for the 2 of them to be able to get back on the lead lap. Next up in 7th, we have Mike Adamson out of Sanford, Florida. Mike is down 2 spots from where he began right now, running all by his lonesome on the track. Then we have the 13 machine of Mr. Andy Player. Being challenged by Jesse Redding right here for the 8th position. Andy's racing out of Concord, New Hampshire, out of the Apex Racing Stables. The 721, Jesse Redding out of Knoxville, Iowa, is up 5 spots so far in 9th. And don't know if I caught him being passed or if he was challenging the 13 there for that position. Let's take a look at their tires. Yeah, it looks like Jesse was probably getting passed because he does have 1 lap older tires than Andy Player. We just caught them at the moment. It looked like maybe he was challenging for that position. Actually, go back to the other direction for a moment. We got George Rincon running 1 lap down to your leaders, as having started the race under penalty. Having a good run considering, but really needs a caution to get back into this thing. And likely a few of them. Sitting right behind him in the 70 machine, Samuel Lang. And the Navy Blue Angels. Should be super fast, that kind of paint scheme, folks. He is up 5 spots in 10th at the moment. Behind him, you got Aaron Warren in the 23 machine. He's up 9 positions. I'll double check, but I think Aaron was one of the drivers who had a penalty tonight, so doing very well, running in 11th. And Craig Goodenough up 5 positions out of Helper, Utah. And Andrew Cawthon racing out of Bartow, Florida. Pittsburgh, Indiana's own Scott Milner. He's down 4 spots right now, running in the 14th position, having started 10th. We got Dave Mayberry. Dave races out of Phoenix, Arizona. And that number 29 machine. Excuse me, not Phoenix, Tucson. I'm thinking about Jeremiah Burt. Who's not here tonight. Dave's being pursued by James Lee in his Toyota Tundra, racing out of Villa Rica, Georgia. And James down. Looks like he's down 8 positions from where he began, running 15th right now. Scott Miller's on pit lane. Don't know if this is a planned stop or if he was maybe caught some damage. Looks okay on the truck, so it just looks like it might be a planned stop. Back on track, going through the field. 16th, John Gallagher, down 3 spots from where he began, racing out of Roseville, California. The P3 Orion machine. About to go a lap down. You see the leader, 51, is right behind him. Not missing anything up front, folks. Dylan Bright's at a 4.5 second lead over Jacob Alicia. The only thing it did change is Robertson was passed by the 31 machine. Next up, the 9, not the 09, but the 9 machine of Luke Chadwick. He's up 6 spots, running 17th. We got that 01 VRN machine of Kelly Kill. Kelly not having the greatest of races here tonight, down 6 spots where he began, in the 18th position right now. I don't know if he had some issues, but he races out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Trying to chase him down is Tom Barish out of Pass Christian, Mississippi. He's down. Tom is down 10 spots. He started 10th, running 18th at the moment. Jonathan Osborne is on pit lane. That's like he's coming off now. Schedule stops here, folks, at 86. Okay, we talked about George Rincon a lap down. Scott Miller's only a lap down right now because he went ahead and hit pit lane. We watched him do that. Mike Everidge is 1 lap down. And Dylan Simmons in the 09 machine. And finally, Deion Jones in the 4 out of Diamondale, Michigan. He's running 24th right where he started. All right, looks like only the top 14 drivers out of the 24 right now are on the lead lap. You got Gallagher, Chadwick, Kill, Rincon, Osborne, Barish, Milner, Everidge, Simmons, and Jones, all at least 1 lap down or more. Perk Leclerc out there asking who had Oshkosh overalls growing up. I can tell you, our son Kyle did. Right, Lori? Nothing but the best for him. He was a little pampered. Wasn't my call. What was it called, Lori? Oshkosh, Pikosh, or something. I forget what it was, but we had it all. Yeah, we did have pictures of Kyle, didn't we? Oh, he would kill us if you put some of those pictures up, Lori. All right, so Dylan Bryant last on pit lane at lap 65. We're at 90 at the moment. He needs to go about 8 more laps, maybe 9. Probably go 9 to be safe. Try and make it to the end here. Try to get around James Lee here, the 54 machine, and does. My calculations show that Bryant should definitely be able to get to that magic mark. Probably going to stay out as long as possible, not wanting to go in and have a caution come out and trap him on pit lane. It's always your worry as a leader or really anybody running up towards the front. We're going to get you. Sounds like one of the Warren brothers are hitting pit lane. It's going to be Aaron Warren. Actually, I don't think Chris is in here tonight. Here's that 22 machine. Dylan Bryant's still going around here. He's going to need to go long if he's wanting to make this on one last stop. I'm looking through the running order here, looking for something tight. We don't have much to choose from. Everyone's getting really spread out. Let's take a look. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at this track map. Every little dot represents one of your trucks. Now, the one with the green outline there is the truck that we're looking at. And right now, we are looking at the 6 machine of Trevor Robertson. And Trevor has dropped to 14th, but he also went in pit lane at 87, so that's why he's back here in 14th right now. Yeah, Samuel Lang on pit lane. Now, to help you out, I'm gonna leave this track map up. You see the dots running around, you see a number inside the dot. That's the running position of your driver. So if you marry that up with the left-hand side column there, if you see, for instance, the 5 is Andy Player in the 13 machine, but he's in 5th. The 5 on that track map is where he is on the track. So he just crossed start finish, and he's going into turn 1 and 2. He should be in the middle of 2 at the moment. And you see he is coming out of 2 down the backstretch. So that's just to help you out, kind of orient you to the map, track map, and it'll help you track your favorite driver. If you look at that in relation to the running order on the left-hand side. And Kelly Kills on pit lane. Just finishing up his pit service and coming off. And he's the one that got us on the Oshkosh discussion there. I'll have to ask him if he had any of those overalls. Back here, really curious to see. 3 more laps is what Mr. Bryant's going to need. He may be able to make it come in at 98, but if he's got the flexibility, and right now he does. He has a 9-second lead over second, Chris Gomes. Go inside of his truck and see if he's also saving at this point in the run. The last run he was really saving on as far as coming out of 3 and 4. Just crossed. He's saving going into 1 and 2 here. Just a bit.
09 this time by. 51 pit.
Sounds like he's pitting right now. He just called it out. So he's going to hit pit lane. Going to complete 98. But it's going to be a little bit tight. Getting to the end here if it runs green the whole way. At this point, Bryant is like, no cautions, please. Please let me get off pit lane, reassume the lead. And then he maybe wouldn't mind a caution as bad. If I'm in his position at the moment, I wouldn't want one at all. Taking lefts and rights, I would imagine. I would. Yep, left side goes up. And he's away.
721 this time.
So, first hurdle accomplished. Now, Dylan's running in 10th, 11th. See these trucks passing him right now. Drops to 11th. Going to have some of the freshest tires on the track, as now we have Mike Adamson, Jesse Redding,
Blue comp in this time. AP's good.
There's like 82's going in. Leon Jones is coming out.
One pitting, one.
Like I was mentioning, Dylan's running 11th, but there's going to be trucks who are pitting from in front of him, like Jesse Redding and Mike Adamson and Chris Goins, all just hit pit lane. So that's automatically going to jump him 3 spots right there. Chris Goins was his closest competition. See how this works out for him. At number 1, Ace. Number 3, Burgers, Shakes, and Beer Machine.
89 in this lap.
Hey, Chris always talks about high tide hospitality. He's going to reference you to that. See, right now, he's dropped to 8th position. With Dylan Bryant in front of him. You see him off in the distance in front of the 09 there. All right, folks, as I mentioned previously, this series is sponsored by Tow Call. This and the Premiere Series on Wednesday night. If you are in the Washington, D.C. metro area, you have a tow, jumpstart, lockout, or tire change that you need. You're looking for fast and friendly service, get in touch with Tow Call. That's towcallroadside@gmail.com. All one word, towcallroadside@gmail.com. You can hear Chris Goins automatically going to saving fuel. We'll ride on board here for a moment. Chris is in 6th right now. Didn't really save much going into 1 and 2 there as he heads into the backstretch. Definitely clutches here going into 3. Chris was on pit lane at lap 100. He's still making sure he has a little extra. So whenever I say they can make it, folks, I'm saying they can make it to the end of regulation. It doesn't mean anything about overtime. For this series and all VRL series, they only get 1 chance at overtime. So the green-white checker, if we happen to have one coming to the very end of this race and we are within 3 laps of the finish, then we'll get 1 opportunity for a green-white checker. Got Jam Not For You out there in the text thread saying sick thumbnail. Well, we appreciate that, Jam. Or I am not for you, rather. I thought I saw a J there at the beginning. And welcome to the stream. So let's jump back up front and see where we're at right now. We got Trevor Robertson is out in the lead. He went in on lap 87, which is a full 11 laps before Dylan Bryant did. See the 13 getting around the 6 right here. That is not for position. The 13 of Andy Player just getting his lap back. Next up in second, you have John Shanebachler, also electing to hit pit lane a couple of laps after Robertson, the 89 machine. Excuse me, the 89 lap in the 12 machine. Jonathan Osborne is running 3rd at the moment. And Dylan Bryce just behind him in 4th. Dylan's really kind of dominated this, not kind of, he has dominated this race here tonight. I thought I heard him saving fuel as well. Check it out in a moment. 108 laps of the 133. Bryant is 11.6 seconds behind your leader at the moment, Trevor Robertson. Yeah, he's definitely saving fuel. All these guys feel like they need to save, most likely to account for the potential of a green-white checker not wanting to hit pit lane one more time, being stuck back in traffic. But imagine with 25 laps to go, Mr. Bryant is sitting here calculating, when do I hit the go pedal? When do I save enough? Which is probably going to be about, I mean, if you have a green light checker at the very end of the race, you're probably going to need about 3 laps to 4 laps of excess to be able to make it. Step back up here. Trevor Robertson is your current leader with a 5-second advantage over John Shanebuckler. A little battle back here with Kelly Kill and Tom Barish in the 01 and the 35 machine. Looks like Kelly's going to be able to get around pretty quick. Kelly last on pit lane at lap 93. Kelly's one of those drivers that doesn't mind us talking to him during the race. We've had nothing but green flag running here, folks. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him. He's also teammates at the moment with your current leader, Trevor Robertson. Hey, Kelly, it's down in the booth, buddy. You got me. Kelly Keel, down in the booth. You got me.
Hey, I got you.
Hey, man, appreciate you talking to us live while you're under green. Looks like you got a little pocket there right now. Some good racing. You got a moment to talk to me?
Yeah, I got good. Yeah, we're good.
So, hey, man, looks like you had running 17th down a few spots tonight. It's been a pretty tough race, especially with no cautions, right?
Yeah, it's very challenging for me here in 3 and 4. I'm still trying to figure out 3 and 4. I'm just burning up that right front. Yeah, but it's what I start 12 back here in 17. Got one more stop to make. Get some fresh tires on it. See what happens here.
Yeah, for sure. And your partner in crime tonight's Robertson, currently out there in the lead at about 10 seconds over Alicia and 11 over Bryant. Does he feel like, I know he went in like 10 laps earlier than Bryant did with only 21 laps to go. Has he mentioned to you if he thinks he can make it the rest of the way and win this race?
Yeah, I don't think he can't make it. He's got to stop one more time as well. He was trying to short pit to try to gain some time on Dylan, but yeah, we're not for sure. Dylan, his truck's like on rails, man. Whatever he's got figured out, he's got it figured out.
Yeah, I would agree with that. As I'm watching right now, your buddy Trevor Robertson hit pit lane. But hey, man, thanks for talking to us. I really appreciate you breaking up the coverage here, and I'll put you back down there with Trevor. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jeff.
Yeah, man. So some good intel there from Mr. Kelly Keel in the 01 machine. Let us know Trevor was going to have to hit pit lane. And right on cue, as if I had it planned out that way, Trevor does hit pit lane. And he relinquishes the lead over to Jacob Alicia. Jacob has 4 lap older tires than Chris Gomes, who you can see in the background there. Pretty good ways back. Here's the 31. Here's the 1 machine. A pretty good distance there. We're looking at about a 2.4 second gap and only another second back to Bryant. And Dylan Bryant at 51 actually has 2 lap older tires than Chris Gomes. So the person who may be able to challenge the 51 for the win here tonight may be this number 1 machine. May have been outfoxed by the 1. He has fresher tires and he is in front of the 51.
Gotcha.
So we're going to have to keep an eye on this, folks, and see what happens. Could have maybe an exciting finish here. Let's hope for it. Ideally, inches apart at the start-finish line on the last lap. Spectacular run by these drivers here tonight. Lori is loving this. I know she's sitting at her desk right now with a big smile on her face, watching the coverage, maybe sipping on a little sweet tea or something, and just happy that this has been such a great and tremendous race here tonight. Like I said, we're watching Chris Gomes. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out if there's a closing rate between the 1 and the 51. Let's jump up our battle box here. Dylan Bryant's about 2.96 seconds behind Chris Gomes, 9.7. You can see there that Gomes is sitting in the second position, right in the middle of your battle box here, and Dylan Bryant's at the bottom in third, and now that's increased to 3 seconds. So there's not a gain so far. And I mentioned previously that Gomes was tremendous at saving his tires. As I'm looking back right now, the interval is holding steady at 3.1 seconds, but it is increasing. So Gomes has not only figured out something here tonight running this race, he's also got fresher tires. And this might be the race, folks. We're at 14 laps to go. Now, I'm not counting out Jacob Alicia up here. Chris Gomes has still got to get up here and top at this deficit, which is about a 1.5 second deficit at the moment. But I would imagine once he gets it within 1 second, you're going to see that come down quickly. Well, time is running out, though. Kind of dicing it up here. That 12 machine of Shane Bachler is running in 12th at the moment. So Alicia's your leader. Shane Bachler's at the tail end of the lead lap right now and doesn't want to get past. So that's not going to be an easy pass if he gets to him. Take a look at that gap between Chris Gomes and second and Dylan Bryant. We're still looking at 3.3 seconds and increasing now. So yeah, this definitely has not worked out for the 51 as maybe he anticipated. And right now, Gomes has chopped that lead to under a second. Looking to chase down Jacob Alicia in the 31, who was right in front of him. He can see his prey right there. Now, catching him and passing him is two different things, folks. Alicia's desperately trying to get around these trucks in front of him, and knowing, has to be knowing, is, man, you still got Chris Gomes saving fuel. 11 laps to go here. Now, Alicia winning at 96. Alicia may not even be able to make it to the end of regulation. Chris should be in good shape. That is the number 1 machine. Gomes saving fuel is most likely, like I mentioned previously, in anticipation. He's like he's trying to direct traffic now, as Gomes is, letting the 123 go to the bottom. Not worried about that right now. He's just worried about getting to the end here. Sure, he knows what the tactical picture is, what he needs to do with 10 laps to go. .31 still in front of him. Like I said, 31 may not have enough fuel to make it. Don't know how much he saved up front, but that's a lot of fuel to save going in at lap 96. That would be the longest run of the night. Right now, I would say he's about 3 laps short of making it to the end. So you can expect him to stay out there to the bitter end where he has to take fuel. We're at 8 laps to go, which means he'll probably go in around 3 to go. Maybe a little less, but I just don't see him making it. And Chris Gomes is dropping down that lead anyway. He's now under a half a second. For all you Bryant fans out there, he is now 4.43 seconds behind second.
09 this time by.
Got some guys going on pit lane. That's opportunities for a caution, unfortunately, for these leaders. They don't want to see it. 09 says hitting pit lane. Anytime that we're going on and off pit lane, though, you know there might be a chance. This Goins is now down to 0.4 seconds. Taking his time to get up here to the 31 machine. Probably tracking that he doesn't have the fuel to make it either. Showing incredible patience. Now down to 2.25. Coming to 5 laps to go. You're probably going to see him look to make his move. Just in case that 31 machine has a little extra fuel in the tubing of his frame. Because of the closing rate right there, when you get a run off of this turn.
Yeah, I was hoping to pick up a little more.
He's there, folks.
31 in this time.
31's hitting pit lane this time. Goins doesn't even have to do anything to get past him. He's just got to keep it clean here. 4 more laps to get to that white flag, and he's got this under control. If the 51 is 5 seconds back of your current leader. You know, Alicia hated to give up that lead. But hey, if you follow the leader, you're not going to do anything but finish in second. He did take a chance there. Had an excellent opportunity. 5-second lead here for Goins. Go back and see how Dylan Bryant's faring, what kind of traffic he may be in. Right now, he's getting passed by other cars who have recently went on pit lane to get tires and fuel. These are not for position. He's still in second at 5.7 seconds back. 3 laps to go. And Mike Adamson currently bringing up 3rd place. Jesse Redding, incredible run here tonight. Currently running at 4th. These guys should be able to make it. Both of these guys went in on lap 99. Andy Player trying to track them down with 3 to go, coming to 2 to go. Definitely can make it. Craig good enough in 6th, can make it. Trevor Robertson, way to go in lap 113. He may gain a spot here, overtake Craig good enough with his last couple of laps. He definitely can make it. Go back up front here. Make his way down the backstretch. Number 1 machine, Chris Goins, racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina, just wants to see this white flag. No cautions is what he's looking for. And that's what he's going to get, folks. 1 lap to go. The next flag will end this race. Chris Goins can get around this joint one more time. Across the start-finish line, he will win. Currently a 5.5 second advantage over second of Dylan Bryant in the 51, and Mike Adamson a 10.6 second advantage over him in 3rd. That's your top podium finishers. Make sure you don't go anywhere after this. We're going to interview your champion here tonight, which is going to appear to be Chris Goins here in that number 1 machine out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Having a great race here, folks. And there's your winner, Chris Goins, and the number 1 machine. We will stay on board here for a moment to see if he gives us some celebratory action. We always like to see those donut burnouts. And hear all the drivers congratulate him. So, folks, we had a flag-to-flag race here tonight. Kentucky Speedway, no cautions. I didn't even see anything registered as an event, as far as maybe sliding through pit lane or something of that nature. This is your winner, Chris Goins, having pulled off from 10 spots back, actually, starting in 11th, pulled off the win here tonight with a little bit of strategy and a lot of speed. That High Tide Hospitality's number 1 machine. By the way, Lori, if you're out there still listening, this is a green race truck. Maybe not solid green, but it's green nonetheless. Check on the chat here. We got some folks out there. Good race. Congrats to Chris Goins from Perk Leclerc. Lori, great job. Love our league. Absolutely. Good racing. We got Walsh out there, Pert Leclerc again. And Lori was right. She said she thought we were going to finish caution free, and we did. Hey, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to interview your race winner in just a minute. All right, folks, it's Alan. We're back for the interview with tonight's winner, number one machine of Chris Gomes. And that high tide machine, we'll pull him up into the booth right now. Actually, let me double check something here. So we're gonna pull Lori into the booth here. Hey, Lori. So you pulled up the 721 also. Is he gonna be doing all three?
No. Well, I mean, we can.
Okay, so I'll start off with Jesse Redding if you get Dylan Bryan up here too.
I will.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, they're teammates.
All right, sounds good. All right, folks, a little bonus content here tonight. We're actually going to start off the interviews with third place Jesse Redding. If I can get this situated here. Change over to Mr. Redding. Hey, Jesse, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Alan.
Hey, man, great run here tonight. You started 11 spots back, and you were able to bring it home in third position. What was your strategy? How did you pull this off?
Well, about halfway through, I looked at it, and I was talking with the Gones a little bit. He's like, we can cut it close, and we can make it. I was like, every lap I was saving. Save. Still barely made it. I ran out about 100 yards away from the line.
Oh, so that was super razor thin. Okay. Hey, man, it was a great job. I know you're racing out of Knoxville, Iowa. Did you have it? I heard the key to the race, but I want to see it. Do you have any shout outs you want to give for teams, fans, or family before I let you go?
Yeah, my wife and kids for putting up with me doing this. Track Bar Motorsports and Gones for being a good teammates and all this. And that's about it.
Well, hey, man, it sounds great. You're looking forward. Next week, we're going to Indianapolis not Super Speedway, but Indianapolis Speedway. How you feel about Indianapolis?
I'll be honest, I've talked to Gones about it a few times. I have really bad luck there. I don't know if I finished a race, so let's hope we can turn it around and change the luck next week.
No, it sounds good. I shouted out Lori on the broadcast there. She always gives you a hard time running green trucks, but hey, we have a green truck in third place and first place, at least partially green tonight. So thank you for that. I'm able to give her a hard time about it.
Oh, anytime to help you out with that. I love running the green trucks.
All right, buddy. Hey, good luck. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to move up one more step on the podium. For all you Dylan Bryant fans out there, you are familiar with seeing this man inside the broadcast booth for interviews. So let's get started. Hey, Mr. Dylan Bryant, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Man, I tell you what, you had that truck on rails here tonight. Looked like you were just absolutely going to run away with it. It seems like maybe you were caught out just a little bit on the strategy. Still bringing it home, second step on the podium. Was there anything that you would have done different tonight?
Yeah, just save fuel. I mean, I really wasn't even paying that much attention to it. Yeah, it just sucks. You know, this is the second race of getting beat by strategy. So either I need to study up and become smarter, or we'll just keep on getting a second place to a strategist. But a shout out to Gones though. You know, I'm excited for him. I'm pissed off at myself, because I am extremely good at saving fuel. I saved over 2 gallons of fuel that last run. So I was short by like 5 laps. So, you know, with a 7-second lead, I could have saved stint before the last stint, and saved two laps of fuel, and then I would have maybe had to save maybe half a gallon of fuel that last stint. So, but that's the way that the cars fell. You know, shout out to him, and I forgot who finished third, but
That was Redding.
But good job to
Jesse Redding.
everyone. Oh, okay. Well, good job to him. Yeah. So I'm excited for him as well. And a shout out to everybody in the league. It went for a green flag the entire way. So you know, we don't get that a whole lot, but it feels good, Lord, not to have to worry about racking the field back up and causing more chaos.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I give you a bit of good news. If you don't know this already, you did move up in the points from 5th to 4th, so you're heading in the right direction. You definitely showed skill set, speed, and we did hear you saving fuel tonight. You just got slightly edged out. So you're one of those drivers, man. You kind of like me. Anything but first, just not good enough, and you're focusing on the things you absolutely could have done better or improve on. But that's why you're so good, man. So how are you looking forward to Indianapolis coming up here next week?
I think I got second or third there last time that we was there. I kind of screwed up my steering and stuff there, so hopefully I can do a few spots better. But I know that Trevor's really fast there, and of course Gones and stuff. The 2 guys that I'm chasing are really good at a whole bunch of these tracks coming up. So to trying to gain 25 plus points is I'm just going to take wins, and so I'm going to try to schedule some practice time, and you know, but of course my main focus is our Premiere Series. So but I'm definitely going to get in some seat time and try to give them a run for the checker next week.
All right, buddy. Well, before I let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, just of course an all-star. I know Albert is fighting the flu. I was trying to get the win for him. Shout out to Mike, Tom, James, and everybody that deals with all-star. A great race. All of my friends at work that tunes in, and of course Lori. She does a lot for us. I know everybody shouts her out every time, but it's definitely the least that we can do for her. So he shout out to her, and then of course you, Alan. You know, man. You know, I say it every time. I definitely miss you on the track and stuff. I learned a lot of my skills from you. So a shout out to you with the stuff that you do in the booth and on and off the track for us and the league and everything else. And Toe Call, a shout out to SoCal and stuff, our series sponsor, and that's it.
All right, man. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. Likely going to talk to you in these interviews again. Maybe one more step up on the podium, but you're having a tremendous season so far. Super great to see you doing that, man. We'll see you on the track next week at Indianapolis.
All right, Alan, you have a great night.
Good night, man. All right, folks. Now we're going to head on up to tonight's winner, Mr. Chris Gomes, and that #1 machine out of Charlotte, North Carolina, bringing it home to the top step of the podium. We're going to talk to him right now. Hey, Chris, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Hey, what's up, Alan?
Hey, man, what a run by you tonight. You came from 10 positions back to bring this home, the top step of the podium, champion in Kentucky. How did you pull this off?
Not being fast enough to race on speed, you got to make some exceptions and use some disciplines. So just was able to do some quick math on the fly there, figure out where I needed to be, and just got lucky enough to save enough fuel to make it there and not have to pit that last time.
Well, you certainly made it exciting for us, man. We're really getting a close look as I'm going through the field, and I'm looking at who has already hit pit lane, who has what tires. You had 2-tire advantage over the 51, and you were in front of him, which I was like, man, this is going to be close. And then we started looking, of course, at the 31 machine in front of you, and I figured he wasn't going to be able to make it. But I didn't think you were taking any chances there towards the end. You were about to pass him when he called out he was going to hit pit lane. So, tremendous to watch that. Great entertainment and fun for us. Incredibly clean race, too. All you guys out there just flag to flag, which I'm sure made this super intense when it came down to strategy and everything else and kind of running the numbers through your head while trying to be fast on the track. Was there any other key to it than that? I know you brought home also your teammate, the 721, third step on the podium, so it's a double podium for your team. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome to see Jesse up here in the podium. We were strategizing back and forth quite a bit to try and figure out what was ideal for pit. He did a heck of a job because he actually pitted a lap earlier than me. So for him to bring it home, he did a heck of a job saving fuel there too at the end. So, but no, I can't say enough about this league, man. It's super clean racing. Kentucky is one of those tracks where in pictures and when you look at it, it looks super wide, but it's really like a 1.5 lane track. So to be fast, you got to be within that realm. It gives you a lot of room to make mistakes, but to be fast, you really got to pick your spots. And this track is very, very tricky, and we're just happy to be able to put her on the top step tonight. It's 2 out of 3 weeks we've ended up on the top step just by pit strategies. So we'll take it. Hopefully one of these days we'll actually win one on speed alone.
Well, hey, man, it takes every type of racecraft. You got to be good in all aspects of the race, sometimes good in other areas when you're not fast to overcome that, which is what you proved tonight. And before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family? I know you always like to bring in their High Tide hospitality, so let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. With High Tide Hospitality, they got a bunch of restaurants in the Charlotte area. You got ace number 3 here on the hood for this particular truck. You got Sea Level Charlotte, the Waterman Fish Bar. Just a awesome group of restaurants there. Shout out to Jesse, teammate over there. Just a heck of a run for him. Hopefully we can continue the momentum here. Shout out to everybody in the league, all the drivers and everything. It's super clean, like we talked about. But just happy to be a part of this league and the one on Wednesday nights to race and get better every week. Shout out to Lori for everything she does. I know me and Jesse probably hurt her feelings a little bit putting the 2 green trucks on the podium, but we'll take it and hopefully we can continue to hurt her feelings a little bit. No offense to her, obviously. So. And then shout out to you over here with Vigilante Racing Network, broadcasting these. Love to go back and watch it. And then obviously with Ricky on Wednesdays, we don't get a chance to shout him out over here, but nice to have you and Ricky in the booth to be able to go back and check these out.
All right, folks. A little bit of a glitch there. So as always, I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for everything she does for me in this series. And with that, we close up round 6. We're officially in the books, and we're headed to Indianapolis Speedway for next week's contest. Be sure to tune in Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8:50 rather Eastern. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.